I was destroyed, like on the ground, like crying. That's a loss. It's a death.
Kelly Clarkson is done playing nice after years of enduring emotional pain and neglect in her marriage, leading to a brutal divorce battle. Her husband, Brandon Blackstock, thought he had the upper hand, but Kelly finally strikes back.
We didn't actually have a conversation about it ever until he just proposed. And I was like, awesome, let's do it. Like, oh, okay.
Proving that she won't be taken advantage of. Join us as we uncover the truth behind their split and how it ends. For the love of music. Kelly Brianne Clarkson was born in Fort Worth, Texas, into a modest family. Her mother, Jean Ann, dedicated her life to shaping young minds as a first-grade English teacher, while her father, Stephen Michael Clarkson, had worked as an engineer before eventually leaving that profession. She grew up with an older brother, Jason, and an older sister, Alyssa. However, her family life changed dramatically when she was just 6 years old. Her parents decided to separate, which led to a significant shift in her upbringing. Following the divorce, her siblings were split up. Jason moved in with their father. Alyssa was sent to live with an aunt, and Kelly remained with their mother. In the years that followed, Kelly's mother remarried a man named Jimmy Taylor. Kelly was brought up with strong religious values in a deeply conservative household. Raised Southern Baptist, she was actively involved in church life from an early age. She attended services regularly and was deeply committed to her faith. As a young girl, she became the leader of her church's youth group, further strengthening her bond with her religious community. Reflecting on those formative years, she later shared that she had always maintained a close relationship with God. However, she admitted that as she matured, her faith became even more personal and meaningful to her, as she often turned to God for guidance and support. She also recalled the strictness of her religious upbringing, explaining that her family adhered to a structured routine that included attending church every Sunday and Wednesday without fail. Kelly's childhood and teenage years were spent in Burleson, Texas, where she attended Pauline Hughes Middle School. It was there that an unexpected moment altered the course of her life. One day, while casually singing in a hallway, she unknowingly caught the attention of Cynthia Glenn, the school's choir teacher. Impressed by Kelly's natural vocal ability, Ms. Glenn encouraged her to audition for the choir. Kelly, however, had never received formal vocal training and was unsure of herself. Despite this, she followed through with the audition and soon found herself a part of the school's choir, an experience that would help shape her musical journey. She went on to attend Burleson High School, where she eagerly participated in numerous theatrical productions, taking on roles in musicals. Her passion for performing grew steadily, and she began to take voice lessons, hoping to refine her talent. At that time, she aspired to earn a college scholarship in music, believing that further education could provide her with more opportunities to develop her craft. By the time she graduated in 2000, she had multiple college offers awaiting her. Prestigious institutions, such as the University of Texas at Austin, the University of North Texas, and the Berklee College of Music, extended full scholarships to her, recognizing her exceptional musical talent. However, despite these tempting offers, Kelly made an unexpected choice. Rather than immediately pursuing higher education, she decided to take a different route. She had already written a considerable number of songs and was determined to establish herself as an artist independently. Believing that college would always be an option later in life, she chose to chase her dream of becoming a professional musician on her own terms. Determined to break into the music industry, she took on various jobs to support herself financially. She worked tirelessly, saving money to record a demo in hopes of attracting the attention of record labels. However, despite her efforts, her demo failed to generate much interest. Still, Kelly remained steadfast in her belief that she would find success in her own way. She even turned down recording contracts from both Jive Records and Interscope Records because she feared they would confine her to a specific musical style that didn't align with her artistic vision. She later explained that she didn't want to be boxed into a bubblegum pop image, firmly believing that something better would eventually come her way. In 2001, driven by her ambition, she made the bold decision to move to Los Angeles, hoping to find better opportunities. She took on various odd jobs to sustain herself, including working as an extra in popular television shows such as Sabrina, The Teenage Witch, and Dharma and Greg. During this period, she also collaborated briefly with renowned songwriter Jerry Goffin, recording 5 demo tracks in an attempt to secure a record deal. Unfortunately, her efforts continued to be met with rejection. According to Kelly, many record labels dismissed her because they believed her voice had too much of an R&B or soul influence, a factor that made it difficult for them to market her. Her time in Los Angeles did not go as planned, and after facing repeated setbacks, she found herself struggling financially. Matters became even worse when an unexpected fire broke out in her apartment, leaving her without a home. With limited options and no major breakthroughs in sight, she had no choice but to return to Burleson. Back in her hometown, she worked multiple jobs to make ends meet, taking on roles such as promoting Red Bull energy drinks, working as a telemarketer, and serving as a cocktail waitress at a local comedy club. Little did she know that this was where everything would change. Becoming an American Idol. After returning to Burleson, Kelly Clarkson's friends encouraged her to audition for the very first season of American Idol, The Search for a Superstar, in 2002, May 2002. She earned a golden ticket, securing her spot in the Hollywood rounds, but her first actual appearance on the show wasn't until the second episode. Reflecting on that time in a 2012 interview, Kelly described the experience as chaotic, as the format was still evolving daily. The United Kingdom had previously aired Pop Idol, but the American version had its own challenges. Contestants were left to figure things out on their own, even being dropped off at a mall and told to find something appropriate to wear for national television. Joking about her inexperience with fashion, she mentioned buying white pants and looking more like a cocktail waitress than a future pop star. Despite the uncertainties, Kelly's talent and charm carried her through the competition. On September 4th, 2002, at the Kodak Theatre, now known as the Dolby Theatre, she was crowned the winner with 58% of the vote, defeating runner-up Justin Guarini. Her victory not only launched her career, but also set the stage for American Idol to become one of the most influential reality singing competitions. Immediately after winning, Kelly signed a record deal with RCA Records, 19 Recordings, and S Records. The deal was orchestrated by Simon Fuller, the creator of American Idol, and legendary music executive Clive Davis, who took on the role of executive producer for her debut album. Just 2 weeks later, on September 17th, 2002, her debut single was released. The double A side featured Before Your Love and A Moment Like This, both of which she had performed during the American Idol finale. Initially, the single debuted at number 60 on the Billboard Hot 100. The following week, it jumped to number 52 before making a stunning leap to number 1, breaking a 38-year-old record previously held by the Beatles. The song became the best-selling single in the United States for 2002, solidifying Kelly's rise to stardom. Her debut album, Thankful, arrived on April 15, 2003, showcasing a blend of pop, contemporary R&B, and gospel influences. The project brought together top industry names, including Rhett Lawrence, Diane Warren, The Underdogs, and Babyface, each contributing their expertise. Released during a period dominated by urban R&B sounds, Thankful managed to stand out, earning praise from critics and becoming a commercial success. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and went on to sell over 4.5 million copies worldwide. It earned a double platinum certification from the RIAA, went platinum in Canada, and achieved gold status in both Japan and Australia. That same year, Billboard ranked Kelly as the 10th biggest female artist of 2003, proving that she was more than just a reality TV winner. She was a legitimate force in the music industry. The album's lead single, Miss Independent, became Kelly's first international hit, reaching the top 10 in multiple countries, including the United States. Following Miss Independent, 2 more singles were released. While they didn't achieve the same level of success, one of them, The Problem with Love Is, gained recognition when it was featured in the British romantic comedy Love Actually. Kelly also released her first video album, Miss Independent, on November 18, 2003. It was later certified gold by the RIAA. To promote Thankful, Kelly embarked on the Independent Tour in 2004, co-headlining with American Idol's second season runner-up, Clay Aiken. The tour allowed her to connect with fans across the United States while reinforcing her presence as a live performer. That same year, Kelly took a step into the film industry with From Justin to Kelly, a musical romantic comedy co-starring Justin Guarini. Unfortunately, the film was a critical and commercial failure. Critics widely panned it, and it struggled at the box office. Kelly later revealed that she had been contractually obligated to participate and had not wanted to make the movie. Despite her personal reservations, she fulfilled her commitment but distanced herself from the project in later years. Outside of music and film, Kelly made guest appearances on television. In 2002, she joined American Idol judges Paula Abdul and Randy Jackson, along with hosts Ryan Seacrest and Brian Dunkelman, for the 8th season premiere of the sketch comedy series Mad TV. She also took on the role of Brenda Lee in 2 episodes of the drama American Dreams between 2003 and 2004, demonstrating her ability to expand into different areas of entertainment. On December 25, 2003, Kelly was once again thrown into a competition setting when she participated in World Idol, a special event held in London featuring winners from various Idol franchises around the globe. Although she didn't want to compete, she was contractually required to take part representing the United States. However, she ultimately placed second, finishing behind Norwegian singer Kurt Nilsson, who claimed the top spot with 97 points. Kelly's early years in the spotlight were marked by both triumphs and challenges. Nevertheless, she remained resilient, using each experience as a stepping stone to refine her artistry. With a chart-topping album, a Grammy nomination, and millions of records sold within her first year, it was clear that Kelly was not just another reality show winner. She had already begun carving out her place as a true musical powerhouse. Unfortunately, life presented her with an experience that tore her apart emotionally. The battle against love. Kelly Clarkson met Brandon Blackstock, a talent manager, in 2006 during a rehearsal for the Academy of Country Music Awards. Their paths crossed again years later, leading to a romantic relationship that led to their engagement in December 2012. The couple exchanged vows in October 2013, blending their lives and families. Brandon had 2 children from a previous marriage, and together, he and Kelly welcomed their daughter, River Rose, in 2014, followed by their son, Remington Alexander, in 2016. Their marriage appeared harmonious, with Kelly often expressing her deep affection for Brandon. She spoke openly about their passionate connection, noting that she had never felt such an intense attraction before meeting him. The couple's public appearances radiated happiness, and they seemed to complement each other's lives both personally and professionally. However, behind the scenes, challenges began to surface. Despite their outward appearances, Kelly felt increasingly isolated in the relationship. She confided that during their marriage, she often felt single, lacking the partnership she had envisioned. This growing sense of loneliness weighed heavily on her, especially as she juggled her career and responsibilities as a mother. Eventually, in June 2020, after nearly 7 years of marriage, Kelly filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The decision was not made lightly. It came after years of trying to make their relationship work. She described the process as something that ripped her apart, emphasizing that it wasn't an overnight decision, but rather a summation of ongoing struggles. The ensuing divorce proceedings were complex and at times contentious. Central to their disputes were issues of spousal support, custody of their 2 young children, and the division of assets, including their Montana ranch. In November 2020, Kelly was granted primary custody of River and Remington. The Montana ranch became a focal point of their legal battles. Brandon contested Kelly's ownership of the property, but a judge ultimately ruled in her favor, declaring the ranch solely hers. Despite this ruling, Brandon remained on the property for some time before being ordered to vacate by June 2022. This period was undoubtedly challenging, as both parties faced the dissolution of their shared life and assets. In February 2022, Kelly legally changed her name to Kelly Brianne. She later explained that the decision was personal, though she intended to continue using her original name professionally. She revealed that her choice stemmed from her complicated relationship with her late father, reflecting a deeply personal chapter of her life. Kelly Clarkson had a difficult relationship with her father, Stephen Michael Clarkson. He left the family when she was just 6 years old, and she grew up with little contact with him. This absence shaped much of her life and music. She often spoke about the pain of feeling abandoned and how it affected her emotionally. Her song, Piece by Piece, gives a deep look into her feelings about him. In the song, she describes how he walked away and never returned, leaving her with a sense of loss. She longed for a connection, but realized over time that he was not the father she needed. The song also reflects on how her husband, Brandon Blackstock, showed her what real love and commitment looked like, something she never experienced from her father. Despite her success, she struggled with the hurt of rejection. She tried reaching out to him at different points, but their bond never healed. She eventually accepted that she would never get the closure she once hoped for. Instead of letting the pain define her, she turned it into powerful music that resonated with many fans who shared similar experiences. Throughout these challenges, Kelly remained strong. She channeled her emotions into her music, resulting in her 10th studio album, Chemistry, released in June 2023. The album delved into the complexities of love and heartache, reflecting her personal journey through the highs and lows of her relationship with Brandon. Critics praised the album for its emotional depth and Kelly's vocal prowess, marking it as a significant entry in her discography. Despite the end of their marriage, Kelly maintained a sense of humor about the situation. In a Christmas-themed visualizer for her holiday album, she displayed 4 stockings, 1 for herself, 2 for her children, and a 4th labeled Nope. a playful nod to Brandon's absence. She openly shared her experiences, acknowledging the pain while also embracing the growth that came from it. Her story resonated with many, offering a relatable narrative of love, loss, and the pursuit of happiness. In her personal life, Kelly focused on her children, ensuring they felt loved and supported during the transition. She relocated with River and Remington to New York in 2023 to film the fifth season of The Kelly Clarkson Show. The move represented a fresh start, both personally and professionally, allowing her to redefine her life post-divorce. As she moved forward, Kelly continued to prioritize her well-being and that of her children. She expressed contentment with her new life in New York, finding joy in her role as a mother and in her flourishing career. Her talk show thrived, reflecting her genuine connection with audiences and her ability to turn personal trials into universal stories of resilience. In interviews, Kelly spoke candidly about her perspective on relationships post-divorce. She shared that her children were hesitant about her dating again, often expressing a desire for her to remain single. Respecting their feelings, she focused on nurturing her bond with them, emphasizing emotional honesty and open communication. Looking ahead, Kelly remained optimistic. She embraced the lessons learned from her marriage and divorce, using them as a foundation for a more fulfilling future. Her story served as an inspiration to many, illustrating that even in the face of profound challenges, one can emerge stronger and more self-aware. Through every challenge, Kelly remained committed to her children, ensuring that they felt supported and loved despite the dramatic shifts in their family dynamic. She spoke about how her divorce impacted her, acknowledging the heartbreak, but also embracing the opportunity for personal growth. While her marriage to Brandon had its share of joyful moments, it ultimately became clear that their paths were no longer aligned. Kelly had to make the difficult choice to prioritize her happiness and mental well-being, a decision that required immense strength. As time passed, Kelly found peace in her new life. She embraced single motherhood, cherishing the bond she shared with River and Remington. Her move to New York signified a fresh chapter, one where she could focus on building a life that truly fulfilled her. Kelly's journey remained one of self-discovery. She turned pain into power, showing the world that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to come out stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes next. Impact and achievements. Kelly Clarkson's career is marked by extraordinary achievements, making her one of the most successful artists of her generation. She has impressively secured over 100 number-one hits on the Billboard charts and earned a prestigious star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her music has resonated with millions worldwide, with more than 25 million albums and a staggering 45 million singles sold. In the United States alone, she has impressively moved 14 million albums and an astonishing 35 million digital singles. Her influence stretches across multiple genres, as she became the first artist to top Billboard's pop, adult contemporary, country, and dance charts. This rare accomplishment highlights her versatility, proving her ability to dominate different musical landscapes effortlessly. Her impact on the music industry has been widely acknowledged. VH1 recognized her significance by ranking her 19th on their list of the 100 greatest women in music, an honor that emphasizes her legacy. Additionally, the television channel Fuse included her in their selection of the 30 greatest musicians to come from singing competitions, emphasizing her lasting influence. Billboard further reinforced her status in 2025 by ranking her as the 11th most successful female artist of the 21st century and the 27th overall, an indication of her staying power in a highly competitive industry. Simon Cowell, a seasoned music executive who played a crucial role in Kelly's early career, has adamantly insisted that her success was not merely the result of winning American Idol. He asserted that her global appeal was purely due to her talent, not the reality show. He emphasized that it was her incredible voice and the quality of her music that pushed her to international stardom. He even claimed that the competition was fortunate to have discovered her rather than the other way around. The Hollywood Reporter described her as the embodiment of the perfect pop star, highlighting her powerful vocal ability that seamlessly crosses into different genres, from top 40 hits to country anthems, as well as ventures into rock and dance music. Nolan Feeney of Time noted that Kelly's lasting influence on pop music is greater than many casual listeners might realize, highlighting her relevance in the industry. Billboard hailed Kelly as a phenomenon, crediting her with helping to legitimize the influence of reality television's singing competitions. The Washington Post echoed this sentiment, emphasizing how her commanding voice and dynamic stage presence forced the music industry to take reality show contestants more seriously. The success of her first two albums, Thankful and Breakaway, was undeniable, as they collectively sold approximately 10 million copies. Fox Broadcasting Company credited her with providing American Idol lasting credibility, stating that she paved the way for future contestants and redefined the potential of competition-born artists. Kelly's impact on female artists in pop music during the 2000s was undeniable. John Lisi of Pop Matters identified her as one of the major forces behind the dominance of women in the genre during that era. He observed that her image was very different from the hyper-erotic persona of contemporaries like Britney Spears. When she performed Since You Been Gone at the 2005 MTV Video Music Awards, she only revealed her midriff, a subtle but significant departure from the overtly erotic performances of other pop stars. This positioning allowed her to appeal to an audience of young women who enjoyed mainstream pop but preferred a more relatable, alternative image. Unlike many talent show winners, Kelly refused to conform to industry expectations. George Varga of the San Diego Union Tribune pointed out that, unlike most reality show contestants, she has been actively involved in the songwriting process, either writing or co-writing a significant portion of her own material. He also noted that she is the only winner who openly rebelled against the constraints of the competition's manufactured pop formula. Billboard's Mickey Rapkin applauded Kelly as a role model, even comparing her vocal prowess to the legendary Aretha Franklin during her golden era. He emphasized her fearless attitude, highlighting how she has never hesitated to express herself, whether through her emotionally charged songs or her candid, unfiltered social media presence. Her authenticity has made her not just an admired singer, but also a relatable public figure. Her influence extends far beyond her own music. She has inspired a new generation of artists, many of whom cite her as a major influence in their careers. Among those who have acknowledged her impact are Vanessa Hudgens, Demi Lovato, Ava Max, Jordan Sparks, Ashley Tisdale, and Avril Lavigne. Even within the country music sphere, artists like Kelsey Ballerini and Priscilla Block have credited Kelly for shaping their artistic approach. Her ability to seamlessly navigate different musical styles while maintaining a powerful connection with her audience is a rare gift. She has repeatedly defied expectations, proving that she is not just a product of a television competition, but an artist with a firm legacy. Her dedication, fearless artistry, and exceptional vocal talent continue to set her apart in an industry that constantly evolves. Let's take a look at some of her charitable efforts and passion for humanitarian causes. Philanthropy. In April 2007, Kelly Clarkson participated in Idol Gives Back, a charity event aimed at helping people living in poverty in both Africa and the United States. During the fundraiser, she performed Up to the Mountain alongside Jeff Beck. Later that year, she continued using her platform for meaningful causes by performing a 5-song set during the American leg of the Live Earth Concerts, an event dedicated to raising awareness about climate change and environmental issues. From the early days of her career, Kelly actively engaged in philanthropy. Since her time on American Idol, she has been an ambassador for the March of Dimes, consistently raising funds and volunteering for the organization. She has also participated in March for Babies, a campaign focused on improving the health of mothers and infants. Her charitable efforts extended to Houses of Hope. House of Hope is a non-profit organization that builds and maintains orphanages for children in South Africa who have suffered due to HIV, AIDS, violence, and poverty. Kelly took an active role in visiting these children, offering support beyond financial contributions. Moved by her experiences, she later performed at A Night for Hope, a fundraising concert organized by her background vocalists, Jill and Kate. During the event, she sang You Still Won't Know What It's Like, a song she wrote following her visit to South Africa. Her commitment to charitable causes spans various organizations. She has lent her support to Save the Children, UNICEF, Do Something, and Stomp Out Bullying, all of which focus on aiding children and addressing critical social issues. Additionally, she has been involved with the Save the Music Foundation, an organization that promotes music education in schools. Beyond her efforts in humanitarian work, Kelly has demonstrated a deep love for animals. On her Texas ranch, she provided a sanctuary for more than 80 animals, including amputee goats, blind dogs, and horses that had survived colic. She played an active role in ensuring these animals received proper veterinary care and worked to find them loving adoptive homes. In March 2013, she performed at a benefit concert supporting the Omaha-based Opportunity Education Foundation, an organization aimed at expanding educational access for children worldwide. She expressed her belief in the power of education, emphasizing its importance in her own life and her desire to give every child the opportunity to learn. Later that year, she partnered with State Farm Insurance for the Celebrate My Drive program, an initiative that promotes safe driving among teenagers. That same year, Kelly joined forces with Feeding America and the Ad Council for their Child Hunger PSA campaign, which focused on addressing food insecurity among children in the United States. She also participated in Green Mountain Coffee's Great Coffee, Good Vibes, Choose Fair Trade campaign, traveling to coffee farms in Peru to highlight the significance of fair trade certification and ethical sourcing practices. Throughout her career, Kelly has used her success not just for herself, but to uplift others. Whether through music, philanthropy, or advocacy, she has consistently championed causes close to her heart, leaving an impact in multiple areas, from humanitarian work to animal welfare and education. Although Kelly has faced her share of personal health struggles. Health challenges. In 2006, Kelly was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition and a thyroid disorder. These conditions significantly impacted her health and weight, leading her to explore various management strategies. In early 2024, Clarkson revealed she had been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, a condition where blood sugar levels are elevated, but not yet high enough to be classified as type 2 diabetes. To address her health concerns, Clarkson consulted with her doctor and began a regimen that included prescription medication to help regulate her blood sugar levels. She also adopted a protein-rich diet, aligning with her Texan roots and preference for meat, and increased her physical activity by incorporating more walking into her daily routine. These concerted efforts led to a substantial weight loss of approximately 60 pounds. Clarkson emphasized that her weight loss was not achieved through popular medications, but through a tailored approach based on her doctor's advice and her commitment to healthier living. Beyond physical health, Clarkson has been open about her mental health struggles, particularly during challenging periods in her personal life, including her divorce from Brandon Blackstock. She has sought therapy and embraced wellness practices such as infrared saunas and cold plunges to support her overall well-being. Through these experiences, Clarkson has demonstrated resilience and a proactive approach to managing her health, serving as an inspiration to many facing similar challenges. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.